Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and I'm going to be building a computer. I was thinking about getting one on like a main gear or something, but people in the comments talked me into building my own, so it saved me about $1,000 I think, maybe even more. So I already did the unboxing. If you want me to talk about all the stuff, some stuff I didn't have in the unboxing. I only had one of these SSDs, now I have two. I'm going to put them in a RAID 0. And I got my video card, which is a XFX Radeon 6970. So, what are you doing over there, Gato? So I got this because it has iFinity, and I'm actually going to run 2 televisions and 2 monitors off of this. So, alright, where to begin? I guess I am by no means a professional custom PC builder. So, if you see anything that I'm doing wrong or process, let me know. I'll take some suggestions of better processes. So I guess now I'm just gonna mount my power supply. And the fan, it should go so that the label's, you know, the correct orientation. And I unscrewed this because these are adjustable, so let me just pop this in there and see if, so you want to put the fan down so the exhaust goes out the bottom. It doesn't blow a bunch of heat into your PC. Let me see if the holes are lining up. Holes look good. So, what happened to the screws? It's always fun to try to keep track of all the screws. Let's see. Here we go. Screws in there. And let me see. Screws. I mostly use just like a little tweaker screwdriver. I will attach that as well, and there were some thumb screws somewhere. Try to keep track of your screws. Here's one screw, but I don't know if that was the right thumb screw. I'm really bad keeping track of my screws. Power supply is in. Step 1 completed. So now I guess I'll mount the hard drives to the hard drive trays. And these trays, you can mount SSDs right onto them. Like there's extra holes in the plastic case. Or it comes with a little metal plate you can attach them to. So I think I'm going to attach them to the metal plate. And I'm recording a video too, so I'm going to edit the video down to just the important parts. This is like all unedited. I'm not going to have the video from the live stream up. Hey, hey, get, no cats allowed. Computer building right now. You are like a big static ball. Get out of here, static ball. Out! Get down! Down, static ball! Down! Alright. So step 2, 3, 4. I don't know what step I'm on. Next step, I guess I'm going to mount the motherboard. And I don't have my CPU yet. So, this is not going to be completed this evening. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so where I left off, I was mounting the motherboard with random screws that I'm finding around the house. There we go. Alright, my motherboard is thoroughly screwed in. So that looks nice, and it's on its side. Da da da! I think this is the biggest graphics card that I've ever owned. Nice, it's a beast. 2 slots wide, which kind of concerns me because I was hoping that I would have 3 PCIe slots, which I do have 3 PCIe slots. I think one is getting covered. Yes, it is. That sucks. Recording. It's in there. Let's use thumb screws. Video card is in. Man, I don't even know if I can get a PCIe card in there. It's gonna be tight. It's a beast of a video card. Comes at a price. What else we have left to do? Guess we gotta connect some power. Getting sweaty. Got that light bulb right in my face. Sup, slut? Alright. What's the next step? I guess I can connect the hard drives. Got some cables in here somewhere for that. Alright, hard drives have power. Yeah, kind of winging it. Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and I am going to install my processor, i7-2600K, and some things that I did in preparation for this was I have my liquid cooling thing here, and it came with a thermal paste like stuck on there, which is kind of some subpar thermal paste, and I am going to use Arctic Silver thermal paste. So what I had to do was remove the thermal paste, which I used this Arctic Clean. So there's a remover and then a surface purifier. So it has been removed and purified, and so now it's just bare copper ready for the Arctic Silver. So let's do this. Here, I'll even zoom in so you get a better view of what's going on here. So there was a little protective cover that was in there. You open up the little flapper doodle, and then you can drop your CPU right in there. So here's the CPU, and the CPU just has contact points, and then the socket has the pins. And it used to be, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, all the pins were on the CPU, and it was really easy to bend the pins when you're building a computer, and it's a lot easier to be safe with them now. Alright, so there's usually a little arrow, I thought. Maybe not. Here's the arrow. There's an arrow on the CPU, and that lines up with something. Where's it at? Let's see the arrow. It's on here? Yeah, there. So it's on the cover. The arrow is pointing that way. And there's a little arrow right there. So It means it goes in this way. All I gotta do is drop it in there and put the lid down. Goes under that little nut. Push this down, put the arm under there. So now the CPU is in, and all we need to do is apply some thermal paste, and it comes with a fan. So this is like the standard fan, and there you can see thermal paste is applied. That's the gray stuff on there. So I usually take that stuff off and replace it with Arctic Silver. And I guess one of the bigger mistakes is putting on too much thermal paste. If you put on too much, it can actually hurt the performance. So you just want to put on like about the size of a grain of rice is what I've been told. So I'd say that's a pretty good grain of rice size right there. And it's not an exact science, but you don't want to just like splooge all over it and cover up the whole CPU. Just put about that much on there, and then when you attach, hold on a second. Make some fan. Yeah. And now when we put this on, it's going to smush all that down in there. So actually, I need to get my bolts and everything before I put it down on there. Let's see. Look at my directions. And this is the H60 High Performance Hydro CPU Cooler by Corsair. So, alright, it wants me to attach the mount first. So I need a mount. Where are all my screws? And if you guys didn't see last night, I built this all on a live stream last night. It took me about 2 hours. I'm not a professional by any means. I take my time. I had to look some stuff up in the book. Step by step. And now I'm looking for all the screws. Oh, they're in here. Here they are. So I'll just dump them out. Alright, let me zoom out, because I'm going to have to do some other stuff here. Zoom out. Alright, I need to stand it up. Alright. And I guess I'll give you this angle. Lower you. So I just need to attach, there's holes around the processor. This little mount is going to line up with on the back eventually. It says I just need to attach this. Where's the hole? There we go. Just like little thumb screws, one at a time. Don't have the best lighting on this side, sorry. And another. Oh, oopsie daisy. Looks like there was washers that I could have put on. That would probably have been good to put on, but I didn't. No going back now. Screw washers. Washers are useless. Tedious process building a computer. But it saves you a lot of money doing this yourself rather than having someone else do it. Definitely agree with that. And hopefully all goes well. I don't have any problems. Tighten these up as tight as I can on my fingers. I wouldn't want to use a wrench just because I don't want to crack the board. Alright. So we can go back to the other position I had it in. Raise you up. Alright, so I have the mount attached. I got my thermal paste on. Cleaned off the existing thermal paste that was on here. I guess I'm ready to splooge this thing down here and line it up in there. Does not seem like it's even touching. Guess it was. It seemed like it was touching it very tightly. And then for these screws, I guess you want to get it as evenly as possible. And if you look, so I just took this off. See it spread that thermal paste out over the processor. And it'll spread out even more when you tighten this down. So I'm just going to loosely finger tighten it because I'm going to try to make it even as possible. On there, but I love this style of mount much better than I like standard mounts that clip on, because those suck. It's so much easier. It's the way it's intended to be. It's dealing with these clips like the little tongs will spread out, and it just sucks. I hate those. You end up like bending those clips if you don't put it in right. My hose are in the way. Get out of the way, hose. I got hose in different area codes. I don't know what these are. Little keys. I don't see that they go anywhere. two of these things. Little screws. I don't know what they do. Here's the manual. I don't see them on there. It says that I have two of them. That's all it says. Here are two of these. Figure out what they do. Good luck. Alright, I guess I just won't use them. Alright. I'm not making exact science out of tightening these. I'll just make sure that they're all thumb tightened. Pretty tightly thumb tightened. That one's tight. It's still going. So it looks like there is a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver you could use to tighten them down, but I think thumb tightening, if you got pretty good grip, is tight enough for anything like this on a computer. I saw a little piece of lint. I don't like lint in my computer. Alright, now it's turning just barely, but I'm going to tighten it down as much as I can. Alright, that is tight. Tight. Alright, I don't think I can make any of them any tighter. My fingers are sore doing that too. Then there's a little fan connector that connects to the chassis fan, and then the other CPU, or actually, yeah, the CPU fan is actually connected from this fan up here, and I have it set to blow in, which will blow across these vents and cool it. And then I have two big fans, one here and one up front, that is blowing air out. So it's going to be blowing in, cooling the radiator, which is cooling the CPU, and two big fans blowing out. Now I can tuck the wire back behind there and make it look pretty. Very nice. So, I guess I can give you a little overview of everything else I did last night. Got the 6970 XFX video card with iFinity. So there's two mini display ports that I'm getting mini display port to DVI adapters, so I'm going to actually have 4 TVs hooked up to it. A plasma TV, an LCD TV, and then 2 monitors. 1200 watt power supply and 2 SSDs. And they actually, I would have preferred to mount both of them like this one, but the tray that came with one of them had small holes, so I couldn't mount them both the same way. But luckily the trays had SSD capable mounting option, so they're mounted a little differently. It doesn't really make much difference. 2 SSDs I'm going to put in a RAID 0. 2133 megahertz Munchkin Ridgeback RAM. And you can only have 2 DIMMs to run in 2133 megahertz. If you add 2 more DIMMs, then it lowers the speed down to 1866. Sabertooth P67 motherboard, and I did get my DVD drive. So let me show you the back. All the wiring goes through the back. So it's not the prettiest wiring job on the back, but I did at least put some zip ties in there. And it'll get covered up. And let me go around to the other side. I'll show you the front. There's what it looks like in the front. It's not a bad wiring job. Some of this stuff I'll tuck up in there. It's just things that I didn't need. There's like a USB extension cable and a lot of extra wires that I didn't really need. So I think it looks good. And in the next video, I'm going to be doing the OS install. So tune in for the next video if you are interested in seeing how fast I could load the OS with 2 SSDs in a RAID 0. I'll go through like the RAID config and all that stuff too. Alright, that's all I got for now. So here's my Asus DVD drive and little ports. See, these are the USB 3.0 that I'm not even going to hook up because they're just like regular USB cables, which is kind of stupid. I've never seen that. Like, I would have to run that through the case and plug it into the back of the motherboard or something. Dumb. Alright, and this was like the hot swap bay, which I'm never going to use. I don't even think I hooked that up either. Never use that. Cover will always be closed. Alright, hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and this is the fun stuff. This is the software and BIOS setup portion. So right now I just booted to the Intel Rapid Storage to set up my RAID. So I'm doing 2 SSDs in a RAID 0. So the volume name, volume 0 is fine. I don't really care about the name. And it's kind of, unless you really know exactly what you're doing, it's always good to just select defaults. So I am doing a RAID 0. That is the default. Stripe size, you should really keep defaults unless you have a particular reason why you would want to change it, which I don't. And I'm going to use the whole thing. Create volume. Warning, all data will be lost. Alright, so now we have a RAID 0 at 223 gigs. So that's sweet. And we'll exit. Yes. Now I'm going to boot into the BIOS. Alright, sorry about that. My battery died. I got another one. I'm back in action. Alright, so I was saying that my memory was not recognized as... Oops. Did not want to do that. As 2133, and there's somewhere in here. I do not know my way around this BIOS very well. Memory frequency right here. So under AI tweaker, went to memory frequency, and I just selected 2133. Let's see, power saving modes enabled. I don't know if I like power saving modes, but I'll leave it on. Auto. Here's the Overclock Tuner. Automatically overclocks the frequency and voltage of the CPU and RAM for enhancing system performance. Oh! I just said okay and then it freaked out. Let's see what happens. Freaked out! So, it's pretty sweet. And that's all I have to show you. So I will see you on the next video. Till next time, take it easy. Boop.